Hello, welcome to Aquarium Thoughts Live. I'm Dave. How is everyone going out there today? Hello to Fishy on Tantix, who is the first person to say hello in the chat. A little bit early, but yeah, he's there or was here. Let me see here. Yeah, today is just primarily going to be for like feedback and maybe a short little question and answer session. I don't know. Okay, Fishy's still here. Primarily because I'm not quite sure on what topics I want to talk about today, and I do kind of want your feedback on how my channel is going, what I can do to improve, things I should change. Just primarily to listen to you, what you think of my channel so far, and basically, like I said, to improve it. Now, one thing, of course, it's going to be a little difficult is adding more tanks because I'm kind of limited to what I can do right now, primarily because my wife doesn't want a lot of tanks here and there, and primarily I don't want to have a lot of tanks to take care of at this time. But anyways, that's one thing I can't change. I know a lot of people do like watching a lot of channels with a lot of tanks. But then again, that's just extra content as well. That's kind of one of the added reasons why people watch us, because basically there's a lot of tanks to do. Hello, Dragon Lair. Welcome to the live stream. Just kind of getting some feedback on my channel, what I could do to improve it, things I should change. Just a little hangout, I suppose, as well. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them as well. If I can answer them, I will answer them. Yeah. Just be yourself. Do what you can do. I will be there for you when I can watch Fisham. Yeah. That's what I try. I try to do what I can do on that. I'm not good at being other people, so that kind of helps. Yeah, I just noticed lately I've been getting not as many views as I used to. So I'm like, okay, what am I doing wrong? But then again, it could just be a variety of different things. People could be just busy doing other things. I know at times it is hard kind of just getting down to YouTube and watching particular channels. I know when I watch, I end up going down to certain rabbit holes and I get distracted and all that. But things will always be that way. Yeah, certain cliques have formed. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of different clicks here and there. I don't find myself in many of those, although I guess I am a particular one. But I may fall asleep. Woke up at 15 till 3. Went to work at 6. Just got home. Yeah. At least you're at home. You're not driving, so. I understand the falling asleep part. I used to do the overnight shifts at a grocery store back in the day, and yeah, I used to just almost fall asleep at work sometimes myself. But I noticed I'm ignored in certain streams. Yeah, I try not to ignore comments that I see. I try, but then again, I am a extremely small channel, so it's kind of hard to ignore the comments I do get. I try my best, but if I ignore your comments and don't take offense, it's just sometimes I'm like, okay, do I just want to say thanks and that and whatnot? But I at least try to like thumbs up and heart them. So, but as our streams, it's sometimes I can understand some of the bigger channels, which these chats just kind of the chats do kind of just scroll through very fast. Hey, that's about my daily routine sometimes. Me, I normally don't get to bed until like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, and But then again, I normally do wake up around 11 or 12, so. But it's just a matter of, I don't know, finding the streams you get get to talk to people on. Anyways, anything new in your guys' fish tanks or fish rooms? Yeah, I know I do hang out on a few of the late night streams. Sometimes though, I do kind of leave those once in a while once I have really nothing to say. But I kind of do like the late night streams. I just wish I had the chance to do my own, but I'm not. I wouldn't be a very good host. I tend to not do them. I just run out of things to say here and there, and I'm like, okay, I'll just be quiet. But let's see here. I have put my Baddis in with my Bumblebee gobies, and they're getting along really well. I also have Ghost Shrimp, and they seem to be fine so far. Oh, that's good to hear. Sometimes it's just a matter of just putting things in together and seeing how they do. I know right now I do have an issue with my Babuna tank. I just noticed a couple of fish. I actually lost one last night, and another one's getting some fin nippage. So I'm definitely gonna have to keep an eye on my Babuna tank coming up today to see what's going on and try to deal with that. I'm not sure if I can deal with that, but it is. I mean, I know one of the fish being fin nipped is one that's currently holding, so I don't know if that's part of it or not. But uh, feeding a tank mosquito larvae. Yeah, fish do love that mosquito larvae. I know. One time I tried feeding mosquito larvae to my community tank, and they just went nuts after them. They just kind of just devoured them and chased them all over the place, and just they're gone within seconds. My problem is they invite me to the streams and barely even speak to me. One of them spends the whole stream promoting himself in his side gig, asks the chatters questions, and totally ignore uh, any answer they give. Yeah, that probably wouldn't be a fun stream to be a part of. I mean, you're just kind of up there just to be up there, I suppose, for them. Um, what's the purpose of having people on the stream if all you're doing is promoting your own channel and stuff? It's useless. It's like, ooh, here, let me get some window dressing to my stream and act like I'm being an active participant in the community, but you're better off just kind of just having the stream for yourself and not inviting people if that's the case. But yeah, there's a lot of good streams out there and a lot of bad streams, and sometimes it's just a matter of sometimes I get on the streams, I'm on the panel, and the chat just evolves into things that I'm like I'm not really that interested in. I have really nothing to say on those topics, so it's like kind of hard being up on the panel in those cases. That's why sometimes I just kind of just leave and. Yeah, it's so rude, and they call themselves Fish Family. The thing about family, it's families are like that as well, and sometimes you just end up being the black sheep in some instances. I had to work the morning shift 2 days this week and haven't worked in 2 years. Yeah, that's the hard part is like sleep patterns. You get used to certain sleep patterns, and and it's hard. It's hard to, once you're in a certain sleep pattern. Because me right now, I'm in a certain sleep pattern where I've been going to bed at 4 or 5. If I try to go to bed at 2, it's like I'll be there for like 2 hours trying to fall asleep, and we all end up in these patterns. And it's hard to break those patterns, and your body wants to fight it as much as you can. But I wish you well on that dragon lair, and hope it gets better for you. Hopefully you don't have to work too many more morning shifts, unless you want to get used to the morning shifts. I know a lot of people. I work retail, and a lot of people are like, oh, I love working. Why can't I work morning shifts? It's like, why would you want morning shifts? I like the later shifts, just because I like to be able to sleep in and do the stuff I need to do in the morning. See, I really don't know the whole thing with the morning shift, why people want them so much. But basically, if I want to do stuff, I could do it before work. I go all these places that are actually open. If I'm working morning shift, I wake up early, I go home, and I fall asleep. I don't wake up until like 6 or 7, and I do my stuff. And by that time, it gets late and all that. So, okay, how is my life? It's okay. I'm a little on the. It's like I'm starting to get antsy because lately I've been off of work recently due to all the things that's happening, and I'm starting to get antsy, and it's kind of like, okay, I have my own routines now, and I've been getting lazy, and it's a matter of just getting into a new groove, and I just don't know how things are going right now. I'm not sure when I'm going back to work. I was hoping I was going to go back this month, but with everything going completely worse than what it was, that's been thrown out the window. I've always gone to bed at around 11, but FishTuber live streams have got me in the habit of staying up until 1 or 2. Still wake up at 7 or 8 though. Yeah. There's a lot of late night streams lately. I personally enjoy them because I could actually be up for them sometimes. I know a lot of the other ones, like the normal primetime ones, it's hard to get to, primarily because at that time I'm either normally when I'm at work, or lately when I'm not at work, I'm busy with the family and doing other things and doing my own thing. It's just those primetime hours is typically when I'm doing other things. It's kind of hard to sit down and watch those, and that's pretty much what it is. That's why that's why I stream this early, primarily because if I set a time for like later in the day for me, I will never get to them. Took me years and some medicine to calm me down after my time in the service. Still very anxious. Understandable. With anything, you're gonna get in your own habits, and when you're doing one thing for so long, and all of a sudden you try to change, it gets difficult because you don't know what to do with yourself sometimes. Just like fish and water parameters, if they're used to living in they're used to living in certain water parameters. It's going to be hard to get them to a different water parameter. Same thing with humans and their habits and things, the way things are. Let's see. Decided staying off live streams late at night where they have 4 or 5 people on the stream, since they tend to ignore the chatters. Talks amongst each other. Yeah, I've noticed that from time to time where the chat does get ignored. It's a matter of just finding the right balance sometimes, and if I'm ever on those live streams again, I'll have to keep an eye on that and try my best to actually take a look at the chat and seeing what they're saying. If I see something of note that I want to bring up, then I will kind of go in there and mention it. I try my best anyways. And I'll try better going forward if I'm on those late night streams, just for you, Dragon Lair. But sometimes it's hard to get a word in sometimes because things devolve into side chatter, like I mentioned earlier in the stream. But anyways, I mean, if there's, I'm probably going to just end this stream shortly, primarily because I just woke up and I need to get my food in me. But I just kind of did this way just because primarily I don't have a topic for this week, and I did kind of want feedback and any questions you might have. But anyways, I'm probably going to head out right now. Primarily so I could get a head start on some things I do need to do around the house. I still need to paint some cabinet doors in my kitchen that I've been holding off since February. Still working on that project. That's the way I get sometimes with projects. It takes me a while to actually finish them. Thanks for that, Dragon Lair. Thanks for that comment. Times you've been on, you've been good at interacting with the chatters. Thanks for that. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and head out and, like I said, continue on doing my things for the day. Thanks for joining me on the short stream. Been nice chatting with you today. Stay tuned. For later in the week, I will be having a video out, basically on some new snails I received from Nolan's Aquarium in Santa Ana. He was actually kind enough to actually bring them in for me. They're very hard to find, especially in the U.S. I know I see them in the Europe on websites, and in the U.S. it's very hard to find. But he's actually able to pull through and actually get them for me. So stay tuned for that video. And as usual, keep researching, keep learning. Thanks. And thanks for joining me, Fishy on Tactics, as well as you, Dragon Lair, and anyone else who might be lurking in the background. Thanks.